Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the financial secrets of publicly traded companies. And today we are diving into a report from Actuate Therapeutics, Incorporated, where they are sharing some new data that could be a really big deal for patients. So what is the big news with Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated? Well, it looks like they are sharing some updated information from a clinical trial they are conducting. This trial is testing a drug called elraglusib in people who are battling a specific type of advanced pancreatic cancer. This is pretty important because pancreatic cancer is notoriously difficult to treat, so any new data is worth a close look. This filing is a Form 8K, which is basically a report that companies file to announce major events that shareholders should know about. In this case, the big event is the announcement of updated results from their ongoing clinical trial. Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated is the company we are focusing on. They are a biotechnology company, which means they focus on developing new medicines, often with very cutting-edge science. You might know them because their stock is traded on the Nasdaq Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol. Actually, this tells us they are a publicly traded company, meaning anyone can buy shares of their stock. It also means they have to follow all the rules and regulations set by the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. This part of the report is a bit technical and mostly for accountants and regulators. It is about whether the company is choosing to follow newer accounting rules sooner rather than later. For us, it just means they are handling their financial reporting according to the latest standards. Now, we get to the juicy part of this particular filing. This section is called Regulation FD Disclosure, and what that really means is they are sharing important information with everyone. At the same time, they are announcing updated data from their trial looking at elraglusib. This drug is being tested in combination with other treatments for metastatic pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma, which is a fancy way of saying advanced pancreatic cancer that has spread. So on the 12th of January 2026, Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated put out a press release sharing brand new results from their ongoing phase 2 clinical trial. This trial is already done recruiting patients, meaning no more people are being added. They are testing their drug elraglusib alongside gemcitabine and nab-paclitaxel, which are already standard treatments often given together for this type of cancer. This is referred to as first-line treatment, meaning it is what patients receive at the very beginning of their treatment for this advanced cancer. The trial itself has a specific name, Actuate -1801 Part 3B. The actual press release with all the details is attached as an exhibit to this report. Think of it like they are showing us the source document for all this new information. Now, this next part is a bit of legal boilerplate. They are basically saying that while this press release contains important news, it is not being formally filed as part of their official SEC record in a way that makes them legally liable for every single word in the same way as other filings might. It is a way to share information without opening themselves up to certain types of lawsuits, if something in the press release doesn't pan out exactly as hoped down the line. It is standard practice for this type of disclosure. This last section is pretty straightforward. It lists what documents are being attached to this report. As we mentioned, Exhibit 99.1 is the press release itself containing the updated trial data. And Exhibit 104 is something called an interactive data file. This is a digital file that makes it easier for computers and software to read and analyze the information in the report. It is basically making the report more accessible for financial data analysis tools. Now, let's talk about what this all means. Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated is in the business of developing new drugs. And for biotech companies, clinical trial results are everything. This is where they prove their science works and whether their drug is safe and effective. The fact that they are announcing updated data from a phase 2 trial is a significant step. Phase 2 trials are designed to see if a drug is effective and to further evaluate its safety. If the results are positive, it puts them on a path to potentially bigger phase 3 trials and eventual approval by regulatory bodies like the FDA. The specific cancer they are targeting, metastatic pancreatic ductal adenocarcinoma, is a very serious and aggressive form of cancer. There is a huge unmet need for better treatments. So, any indication that elraglusib, especially in combination with existing treatments, can improve outcomes for patients is incredibly important. We will need to see the actual press release to get the nitty-gritty details on what updated data means. Does it show increased survival rates, better tumor shrinkage, fewer side effects? Or a combination of these? These are the numbers investors and patients will be scrutinizing. Looking at the broader picture, Actuate Therapeutics is essentially betting on this drug. Their core business and future value hinges on the success of elraglusib. If these trial results are strong, it could attract further investment, lead to partnerships with larger pharmaceutical companies, and ultimately bring a new treatment option to patients who desperately need it. Conversely, if the data is disappointing or shows significant safety concerns, it could pose a major setback for the company. For us watching from the outside, it is a reminder that the pharmaceutical industry is a high stakes game. Companies invest billions in research and development, with many potential breakthroughs failing to make it to market. But when they do succeed, the impact can be profound for both patients and shareholders. So, to sum it up, Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated has shared new and hopefully positive data from a clinical trial for a pancreatic cancer drug. This is a crucial moment for the company. We will be eagerly awaiting the full details of that press release to understand the true significance of these findings. Now, looking at these results more broadly, Actuate Therapeutics appears to be making solid progress in its drug development pipeline. The success of elraglusib is paramount to their future direction and perceived strength in the competitive oncology market. A notable opportunity here is the significant unmet need in advanced pancreatic cancer, which could lead to rapid adoption if elraglusib proves effective and safe. However, the inherent risks in drug development are substantial, as many promising compounds fail to gain regulatory approval. Their strategic focus on this specific indication makes them vulnerable to any negative outcomes in this trial. A clear conclusion we can draw is that the next few months will be critical for Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated as they reveal more about these trial results. Alright, that is our breakdown of Actuate Therapeutics Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these findings and what they could mean for the company and for patients? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and remember to subscribe for more in-depth looks into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description if you want to chat more about these companies. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.